Hi, everyone. Welcome back. You're still with us here on the C Morning Show, 20 past 7 in the a.m., and it's time for our morning discussion. But first, some numbers to share with you, as a SKATA survey has shown that over 80% of 2020 graduates in Indonesia are interested in starting their own business. However, only 25% of them actually go through with it.
One of the cited factors is the unreadiness in mitigating the risk. Therefore, every entrepreneur needs to understand how to manage and organize finances effectively to ensure good management and the continuous operation of the business.
So we're going to find out more about this anomaly and to find out more as well about financial planning methods for businesses. And joining us here in the studio this morning is financial planning analyst Arief Budiman. Good morning, Arief. Thank you for being here today.
Hello. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Good morning. Right. I love the spirit. Yes.
Yeah,
so again, from the stats, we know that it's about 80+% actually. There's a lot of youngpreneurs or youth really want to be an entrepreneur, but only 25% is walking the talk. So why is this, the disparity of the percentage, Mas Arief?
Yes. Okay. So in this case, we know that most of Indonesian is work as an employee, and the rest is work as a non-formal sector. So in this condition, we said there are several conditions. First, just like as an employee, and another is a non-formal employee.
What is a non-formal sector?
Okay, non-formal sector, just like pedagang, and then a business owner, a coffee shop, and so on.
Okay.
The most people we see along our way from home to our office, for example.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so why this hesitancy? I mean, they've obviously shown that they would like to, or according to surveys, they say that they want to. Why is this? Why are they hesitant about making that next step?
Okay, thank you. So there are several reasons why people hesitate to start their business. First, they feel there are lack of knowledge, there are lack of skill, and there are lack of experience.
Sure.
This lead the people to hesitate to start their business. They feel if they don't have any skill, knowledge, experience, they feel they cannot run the business and cannot maintain and sustain the business in the future.
Right. Fear of failure, obviously, right?
Yes.
That makes sense.
And then besides that, maybe lack access to the capital.
Yeah.
For those maybe have some amount of capital, but for those who don't have some amount of capital.
Yeah.
In this case, for those who doesn't have amount of capital, they are afraid to start their business.
Yeah. Maybe they have the capital for the first venture, like for the first year, but then the continuous year they don't know because sometimes they can't project.
Sure.
Is this going to, it's going to propel or not? But
especially as like a youth, you might not have enough savings as well.
Yes,
like that, right?
definitely. But we know that the youths are very creative, definitely. And we see that there's a lot of youngpreneurs right now because of their creativity.
Yeah.
They can be a great businessman or even businesswoman.
Yeah.
So with that said, what practical financial planning methods that you can share with us, especially for the youths?
Okay, so to start your business, first you have to set a clear objective of the business. You can do with a SMART method. SMART start with the specific, measurable, and then achievable, and then a timely, and also we can take the business. After that, we define what kind of business aspect or strategy you would like to do. For example, if you would like to start a coffee shop, you have to know what kind of coffee shop. A high level, mid level, or low level. After that, you have to make in Indonesia, maybe we call as a RAB, Rencana Anggaran Biaya, or a budget projection. How many cup of coffee you have to sold, how many amount of number you will achieve as a revenue, and don't forget, sometimes people forgot to measure their expense, so the profit can getting lower.
Okay, that's true. Because a lot of times, some of these aspects, it seems like small details, but they're important details. For example, like who's your market going to be?
That's right.
Who do you want to sell to? A lot of people want to open up coffee shops, but there's markets for all of these things as well. Now, Caroline also mentioned a little bit earlier about capital. Capital is quite important. Not everyone has the savings to start their own business, even though they want to. So how does one who is still quite young, not much work experience, not much savings, how does one achieve sort of financial independence? Or do they always have to, look for some sort of investor?
Okay, sure. So if someone start with the number of capital, it's good. But how about for those who don't have any capital?
Correct.
Yeah, actually, we can start a business maybe with a low or minimal budget. How? Yeah, maybe they can offer their skill, their knowledge with someone who have their own business or their sustained business. Their offer what is our skill. Maybe I have a skill in marketing. Maybe I have a skill in a brand building and so on. Yeah, after we got the confidence or we got the reputation from the business owner, so we can get a small of business. After that, after we get a small amount of business, we can start. After we start the business, yeah, we can keep our income, our revenue, or our profit, yeah, to invest in small amount of investment instrument. Okay. But sometimes people forgot. When the business is getting higher, when the revenue is getting higher, they start to upgrade their standard of living.
Oh, like
That's right.
personal standard.
Yes.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
New
Correct.
cars, new everything.
Correct. But that coming from their business revenue.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes they cannot divide between the personal money and a business money. Yeah, so they feel they got a good cash flow from the business. They used to higher their standard of living, but they forgot to watch their business sustainability.
Okay. Right. So then how can we prepare ourselves, especially for the youth, how can they prepare themselves, especially when they're young? They have that urge of, okay, I felt like after 1 year, I'm very successful. Yeah. Then I want to kind of flex myself to kind of, maybe to target more investors,
Yes. Yeah. Sure.
And how can we just be more preserved and be more grounded in your point?
Sure. So if we get bigger or a better revenue, start to invest in your another instrument. For example,
separate from the business.
Separate from the business. For example, you can put your money into the financial instrument. After that, you separate the business and you separate the revenue to the financial instrument, and then they are getting bigger or better.
Yeah.
But in your business, don't forget to identify what aspect or area or kind of business that will develop your business. Yeah. For example, in coffee shop, maybe your coffee is famous or well known. Yeah. Identify what kind of coffee, what kind of product that generate your revenue. Make focus on that important aspect so the revenue can generate higher. Yeah. Sometimes people forget to get the famous information or well-known product that by the customer. Now, if condition that happen, so the owner can focus on the business on that product.
And then of course, if I can just have a following question, sometimes people felt like they're already very confident in their product, but they don't remember that there are other people that's doing the same business as them. So research and development has to be thorough, and sometimes you just forget about that, right?
Correct. Yeah, research and development currently play important role. For example, when we start a business, we can invest small amount of money on research on development. What kind of that? Yeah, maybe we can put our money to the famous coffee shop in our area. We research and analyze what business strategy they did. For example, maybe the layout is good.
Right.
Maybe the variety of product is good. Maybe the variety of the service is good. That can be implemented into our business.
Okay. Yeah. Like what are they doing that is key to their successes as well?
Sure.
We could maybe try to emulate. Okay. Let's use me for an example and pretend I'm really young, even though I'm not.
You still look young, by the way.
So I'm a young guy. I have some capital. I have some savings of my own, and my parents have also given me some money as well. So now I have this kind of nest egg for me to start. Now, we mentioned a lot of things that we can do, right? We can invest in the business itself, research and development. But I'm a little bit lost and how to allocate all of this. So take us through it. Now that I have a kind of a small chunk of capital, how do we allocate? How much should we allocate for all of these different important things? And how do we manage this allocation?
Oh, in this condition, you have a privilege, right?
Yes, I'm slightly privileged. Yes, correct.
You must be a lucky
I must
person.
be from South Jakarta.
Okay, to do the initial business, we have to know what kind of business we would like to build. We divide into two. First, business related to service. As we know, in expand, we have a capital expenditure and also operational expenditure.
Correct.
For the service related business, the OPEX or the operational expense can be greater than the capital expense.
Okay.
For example, you build a travel, you build a consultant, you only spend small amount money to buy just like a table, office, but you spend greater amount of money to build just like brand image, marketing, and so on. Meanwhile, in the other hand, for the non-business related, the capex can be greater than the opex. Why? Because you should buy a table, you should upgrade your business promise, you should buy some coffee machine, you should buy some just like sugar, chocolate, and so on. Inventory, correct.
All right, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's right there, seeing that.
And when we're managing it, let's say I'm in my first year now. Do we keep that sort of ratio going at the same time? Like just continue to put, for example, if I have a coffee shop, then I should kind of continue to manage my expenses in that way, just put more in my inventory, upgrade my machines when I need to and things of that sort, right?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Sure. Because we have to make our business sustain.
Yes.
We upgrade our service, our product, our variety range of product, coffee, and so on.
Okay, makes sense.
And definitely that's what we see. There's a lot of businesses that close, less than a year. Sometimes it's like it's happening only in 3 months or one quarter.
Sometimes it's good stuff. Like I see like, oh, this is a cool restaurant or food service that I kind of like, and then suddenly it disappears in about less than a year. That means it's not that it's not a good product or service, it's just badly managed.
There's factors that you really need to enhance, especially if we see the micro, small, medium enterprises outside of Jakarta, they can sustain for a long time. Like those ibu-ibu in the rural areas, they can make just chips for 15, 20 years, and they're still doing it very conventionally.
Yeah, sure.
So we can see that also as a example for them.
Well, that's because a lot of them face risks that they might not foresee. So let's talk a little bit about financial risks. What are some of the biggest financial risks that youthpreneurs are facing?
Okay, so continue from your opinion. So if we see the data, mostly only 3 years, one business can be sustained.
Okay.
If they did not maintain, so in the starting year of 4, their business will be declined.
Okay.
Mostly average 3 years, the business. And connecting to your question, so how we do that? So we have to do the risk management. So we identify what kind of risk in our business from internal and also from the external. From the internal side, for example, employee, quality of our product, pricing, and so on. And also for the external factor, we see how many competitors around our area.
Right.
For example, for the UMKM condition, maybe if someone who get a famous product or well-known product, not long after that, so many kind of product. Yes, it will kill another business. Sometimes they get a business not in good condition. So one business grow, getting eaten by another business. This is actually not good.
Why is this happening so much? Because this is a long time trend. It's not new, by the way. If you go to Puncak, I always make this joke. I always say, if you see one person selling pisang goreng, fried cassavas, you would see 20 of them in a row selling them.
Next to each other.
Why doesn't somebody just sell a drink instead? Because they would be making a lot of money. Why is this happening? Why do people all follow trends so quickly?
Yes, sometimes people don't see the effort. They just only see
the result.
The result.
Correct. Yes.
This business is good. This business is famous. How can we do the same business?
Right.
They start to lower the price, and then the competition is
Yeah.
Very
But
sad.
as of right now, when we're in an era where everything is here, right? Like, what else can you kind of try to
Like a new-
make,
something new.
something
Yeah.
new?
Yeah.
So usually, what you're trying to do is what we found right now when we're trying to make it into ourselves or evolve it into something that's, make it your own brand and whatnot. So with that said, you were mentioning before that you really have to be very diligent in seeing everything internally and externally.
Correct.
So let's say if there's this one brand or one product, and for this 1 year, it seems that it's just been everything's just very consistently average, and
Yeah.
you want to enhance that.
Yeah.
Is it okay for, let's say, a company trying to sell a product and maybe they, make the pricing more higher or maybe more cheaper? Is that something like a good plan also?
Yeah. Okay. For this condition, we can see from many kind of aspect. So we are not only focusing on the pricing. Maybe the pricing will be the same, but how about our services we give? How about another service? Maybe if you buy some coffee, you can open your laptop, free Wi-Fi, free electricity, and so on.
Yeah.
But this is also should be managed.
Yes.
Don't be one person buy only one coffee. Maybe
Yeah.
it only 10,000 rupiah.
Yeah.
But they take along.
You get
Yeah.
3 hours of free Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think the most important thing right now for business is marketing strategy.
Sure.
Marketing, especially
Sure.
with social media and whatnot. You have to
Sure.
utilize that.
Definitely.
Correct.
So, what advice would you have from a financial perspective for potential youthpreneurs out there that are not quite ready to make the next steps just because they have financial concerns? What advice would you have for them?
Okay, sure. Actually, for this condition, we can capital our business from internally and externally. Internally, maybe we can do a saving first for amount of business, or we get the source from external, just like a crowdfunding, just like angel investor, yes, or just like a bank loans.
Okay.
But for this, remember, we have to pay some amount of money as a payment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we should calculate the amount we should to pay and the amount we will have as a revenue from our business.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes they have a full of energy, but they forgot to
Yes.
pay their bank
Like you're
loan.
talking directly to me right now.
Not everyone has a rich dad like me, right? Just kidding.
Privilege, right?
Yeah, you have to know about the gain and the rest,
That's
definitely.
Well, Arief, thank you so much
you for
for
your time.
being with us
Thank you,
here
thank you,
and
thank you.
kind of breaking this down a little further, because we do know there's so much potential and there's such a huge growing youth. Basically, the number of young people in Indonesia, from the last election, you can already tell how many people are now voting age.
Yes.
So we hope that a lot of these people can now grow their own businesses as
There's
well.
always a lot of cake to share, by the way.
That's right.
A piece of cake to share. Now we're going to step for another commercial break. When we return, we'll bring you the world headlines. So stay tuned right here on the C Morning Show, only on C Today.